The galactic peace station floated in deep space, orbiting the neutral planet Veltria. It was a giant hub of politics, trade, and alien alliances. Many important leaders came here to speak and negotiate, but today, something strange had happened. Commander, Jace Kellen stood inside the control room of the human embassy. He had just received an urgent message, come to Council Chamber 4. Now he didn't like being called suddenly. He was a soldier, not a politician. But when the Galactic Council sent a message, you didn't ignore it. Jace walked quickly. Through the long, shining halls, his black uniform was simple but neat, and his boots clicked with every step. Other species moved aside as he passed. Some stared, others whispered. Not everyone liked humans, especially after the last war. Jace didn't care. He had a job to do. When he reached the chamber, the door slid open with a soft hiss. Inside, several alien leaders sat around a wide glass table. Their eyes turned. To him, at the center of the room, stood someone Jace didn't expect. She was tall, elegant, and dressed in silver armor that shimmered like moonlight. Her long violet hair flowed over her shoulders, and her golden eyes seemed to glow with calm power. She was beautiful, but more than that, she was important. Commander Kellen, one of the council members said, meet Princess Talara of the Varelian Empire. Jace blinked. The Varelians rarely left their star systems. They were proud, secretive, and had their own advanced technology. Why was a princess here? Clara stepped forward. Commander, she said in a smooth voice, I come with a request. My people are in danger, and I believe only humans can help. Jace crossed his arms. Why humans? She looked directly at him. Because you are the only species that dares to fight when others run. And right now, I need someone who refuses to give up. The council members shifted uncomfortably. One of them, a large reptilian creature, spoke. We have already told her this is not our war. The rogue A's have not entered council space. But they will, Clara said. They are spreading fast. My world lost 2 colonies in 1 week. If no one stops them, they will consume us all. Then stop them yourself, another alien said coldly. Clara turned to Jace again. Her eyes softened, just a little. I came here, hoping humans would understand. You have fought machines before. You know what they can become? Jace thought of Earth's war with the rogue drones years ago. It was brutal, but humanity won through stubbornness, teamwork, and sacrifice. He nodded slowly. What do you need? The room fell silent. Clara took out a small device and placed it on the table. A blue hologram appeared, showing a star. System, marked with red alerts. This is the Cryal system. It has been taken over. But deep within it lies something ancient. A vault. Inside is an artifact and override key. My ancestors built it long ago, in case machines rose against us. We get it, she continued. We can shut down the AI network. But my people cannot reach it. The area is too dangerous. My ships were destroyed. I came here alone. One council member shook his head. Sending ships into Cryal is suicide. Jace looked at the hologram, then back at the princess. Looked tired but determined. She hadn't come just to talk. She was ready to act. He glanced around the room. And if humans help, the council won't support us? Correct, said the reptilian. You'll be on your own. Jace took a breath. This wasn't an easy mission. But something about Talara's request, her trust, her risk, her honesty pulled at him. She believed in humanity when others didn't. He smiled slightly. Good. We work better alone. Clara tilted her head, surprised. I'll gather a team, Jace said. We'll go into the Cryal system, find your artifact, and bring it. Back? Are you serious? One alien asked. You think I'm joking? Jace replied. Clara stepped closer. She was only a few inches from him now. Her voice was calm but serious. Human, are you really going to do this with me? Jace met her eyes. Yes. Let's save your people. For the first time since she arrived, Clara smiled. That night, as Jace walked back to his quarters, he knew his decision would change everything. He didn't trust her fully, not yet. But something told him this wasn't just another mission. This was the start of something much bigger. And deep down, he felt ready for it. Commander Jace Kellen stood in the hangar bay of the human ship Valor Rising, watching his new team gather. The ship was strong, fast, and built for risky missions, perfect for what they were about to do. Jace had chosen the crew carefully. He picked people who had experience with danger, and who didn't ask too many questions. There was Sergeant Leo Briggs, weapons expert, who laughed even in battle. Dr. Marin Silva, a calm scientist who once worked with alien tech. Tenant Nari Chen, the ship's pilot Chung, fast and sharp-minded. And finally, Krex, a lizard-like alien who had once fought against humans, but now worked beside them. He respected strength, and Jace had earned his respect. And then there was Princess Clara. She walked into the hangar with quiet confidence, wearing a lighter armor now, but still carrying her royal badge. The crew paused when they saw her. Few people had ever met a real Varelian royal. Is she coming with us? Briggs whispered. Yes, Jace said. She's part of the team, why? Krex asked with a snort. She's royalty, not a fighter. She knows the AI systems better than anyone. And this mission is her reason. We follow her lead when it comes to the artifact. Clara nodded, her face serious. I will not slow you down. Jace smiled. Good. Because we're going into hell. The ship launched smoothly and left the station behind. As stars passed by the windows, Jace stood beside Clara on the bridge. I still don't get it, Jace said. Why do you trust humans so much? Clara looked out at space. It's because you humans do what others fear. The Council would never help me. But you didn't hesitate. Jace shrugged. That's not always a good thing. No, she said. But in times like this, is exactly what we need. They entered the cryo system after 2 days of travel. The moment they arrived, the alarms went off. Multiple AI ships detected, shouted Nari. They've seen us. Jace acted fast. Shields up. Briggs, prepare the cannons. Outside, the AI drones looked like dark steel insects. They moved quickly and without sound, flying straight at them. We'll never outrun them, Nari said. They're cutting off every path. Then we go through, Jace ordered. Straight into the asteroid field. That's where the planet is. The Valor Rising dove into the rocks, engines roaring. AI drones followed, but crashed into asteroids as they chased. Jace's team fired back with precise shots, clearing a path. Clara stood beside him, holding the railing. Your pilot is skilled. She's the best, Jace replied. Moments later, the ship dropped through a thick cloud of space dust, finally. The planet Syrinx 9 came into view. It was dead. The surface was covered in black metal, twisted and broken. Once this world had forests and lakes. Now it was silent. We're here, Jace said. Time to land. On the planet's surface, the team moved carefully. They wore armored suits and carried light weapons. The air was thin, but breathable. Machines didn't care about air. They entered an ancient structure tall and silent. With glowing blue lines across its walls, Clara stepped forward and touched a panel. It's lit up. This is the place, she said. The artifact is below. We must go down. They climbed down broken stairs and crossed long halls. The deeper they went, the colder it felt. Strange humming sounds echoed in the dark. Do you hear that? Briggs asked. AI signals, Clara answered. They are waking up. Soon. They reached a large metal door. Symbols glowed on it. Clara placed her hand on a scanner, and the door slowly opened. Inside was a wide chamber. In the center floated a crystal-shaped device, the override key. We found it, Jace said. Before anyone could move, the room shook. Contact, shouted Krex. From the shadows, metal creatures crawled out. Guardians built long ago, too. Protect the key. They had no eyes, only sharp limbs and energy weapons. Defensive circle, Jace ordered. The team fought hard, moving as one. Briggs shot down 2 machines. Krex used his claws to smash another. Dr. Silva protected the artifact. while Talara used her tech to block signals. One Guardian leapt toward Talara, but Jace jumped in front of her and fired. The machine exploded. "You saved me," she said, surprised. "We're in this together," Jace replied. Finally, the room fell quiet again. Broken machines lay scattered on the ground. Dr. Silva carefully lifted the artifact. "It's stable. We can move it." "Good," Jace said. "We're getting out of here." But Talara wasn't moving. She stood near the center of the room, breathing heavily. Her hands shook. Jace stepped toward her. "Are you okay?" "I'm fine," she said softly. This is the first time I've felt close to hope in a long time." Jace looked at her. "You were brave down here." Talara turned her eyes to him. "I have to be. My people depend on me. But you, us. You fight not because you must. You fight because you choose to. That is rare." She took a step closer. "I've kept my feelings locked away, but seeing you here facing danger without fear, I can't hold back anymore." Jace felt a deep respect for her. She was not just a royal, she was a warrior. "We'll finish this," he said. Together, they left the vault, carrying the artifact, unaware that in orbit above them, more AI ships were already waiting. The team stood at the edge of the ruined city on Syrinx 9. The skies above were dark, filled with gray clouds and ash drifting slowly in the air. Every building around them was broken or covered in twisted metal. It looked like a graveyard, silent and cold. Commander Jace Kellen scanned the area. His visor beeped softly, picking up strange signals. No life. No movement. Still no AI drones nearby, for now. Princess Talara stepped beside him. This place was once green. My ancestors built gardens and libraries here. There. Is nothing left? Jace looked around. The AI took everything. Talara nodded. They came from the sky. Machines without a voice, without mercy. My people tried to fight, but the AI learned too fast. They turned our defenses against us. The team walked down a long, cracked road. Their mission now was to reach the communication tower, an old structure still sending weak signals. They could power it up using the artifact. They could contact Clara's hidden allies and call for backup. As they walked, Sergeant Briggs whispered to Dr. Silva, "You ever seen a place this quiet?" Silva shook her head. "Even empty planets have wind or birds or something, but here, it's like the planet itself is sleeping." Suddenly the wind howled, and a soft hum echoed from somewhere underground. Krex growled, holding his weapon. "Tight. We are not alone," Jace raised a fist. "Stop. Everyone stay low." From a broken building, a small flying probe floated out. It hovered silently, scanning the ground. AI scout Clara whispered, "If it sees us, others will." "Come." Jace aimed his rifle and fired one clean shot. The probe sparked and fell. "Move," he said. "They'll be coming soon." The team reached the base of the tall communication tower. It was made of old silver metal, still standing strong after all the years, but it was completely shut down. "Doctor," Silva pulled out the artifacty override key. It glowed softly in her hands. "This should work," she said, "but I need time. At least 5 minutes." Jace nodded. "You'll get 10. Clara, cover the east. Briggs, take west. X. With me." Everyone moved quickly, finding cover and preparing for a fight. Clara climbed a broken ledge and watched the skyline. She felt something strange in her chest, a mix of fear and hope. This was her home, her world, even if it looked nothing like before. Suddenly, she saw movement. "Commander," she called. "Enemy ships. 2 incoming." Jace turned his head. The ships flew low, dropping AI soldiers cold, thin machines with glowing red eyes. "They're here!" Jace shouted. "Hold the line!" Blasters fired. The sound echoed through the dead city. Briggs laughed loudly as he fired. Finally, some action. Krex smashed one of the machines with his heavy gun. Too weak. Stellara fired calmly, hitting targets with precision. "They're testing us. More will follow." Dr. Silva worked quickly, placing the artifact into a slot in the tower's base. Sparks flew and lights turned on. "It's working," she said. But then the ground shook. From beneath the tower, the ground split open. A massive AI unit rose from Balat, had 4 legs, a long cannon arm, and armor like black steel. A siege walker, Tlara shouted. Jace stared at it. Don't have the firepower to take that thing down. Then we buy time, she said. We only need a few more minutes. The team spread out. Briggs threw a grenade that hit the machine's leg. It slowed but didn't fall. Tlara jumped down from her ledge and ran to the other side, drawing its fire. Jace cursed under his breath and followed her. What are you doing? He shouted, distracting it. She yelled. You told me we're in this together. The siege walker turned toward her. Its cannon began to glow. No. Jace ran and tackled Tlara behind a stone wall just as the cannon fired. The blast hit the ground nearby, shaking everything. Are you all right? We asked. She looked up at him, breathing hard. I'm fine. You didn't have to do that. Yes, I did. There was a strange silence between them, short but real. In that moment, under fire and dust, they weren't just soldier and princess, were partners. Silva's voice came through the cum. The signal is going out. We did it. The siege walker let out a strange digital screech. More drones? Arrived, now in large numbers. Jack looked around. We need to leave now. A sudden beam of light came from the sky. Small stealth cruiser dropped through the clouds. It was Talara's emergency backup, an old ally who had received the signal. Evac now, Jace shouted. The team ran. The ship opened its hatch, and they climbed aboard just as the drones reached the tower. Inside the ship, everyone breathed hard. Dr. Silva held the artifact safely. Briggs was smiling, still full of energy. Krex sat down without a word, reloading. Tlara stood by the window, looking down at the tower. We sent the signal. My people will come, she said. We may still have a chance. Jace walked up beside her. We did good today. She turned to him. You risked your life for me again. I told you, that's what humans do. Lara looked into his eyes, and that is why I can't turn away anymore. The ship turned and left the ghost planet behind, flying toward the stars and toward the next battle. The small ship raced through the dark skies above Sirixnine, leaving the broken planet behind. Commander Jace Kellen sat in the pilot seat, hands steady on the controls. Princess Tlara sat beside him, quiet but alert. The artifact hand ancient crystal that held the power to disable the rogue AI network rested safely in a secure case between them. Backup is coming. But it will take time, Tlara said softly. The Council will not send fleets for us. Jace nodded, and we'll have to finish this ourselves. Oh, rogue! I had already spread through the cryo system like wildfire. It was only a matter of hours before the machines would gather enough strength to attack other star systems. If they failed here, countless lives would be lost. Jace's mind raced. They had the artifact, but the only way to use it was to bring it close to the AI network's central hub, a massive data fortress hidden inside an asteroid field. The problem was, the fortress was guarded by hundreds of AI warships and deadly defenses. We can't just fly in and blast our way through, Jace said. They will destroy us before we get close. Tlara looked at him. What do you suggest? Jace took a deep breath. We need a plan that no one would expect. Something risky. Something only humans would dare. Tlara raised an eyebrow. Explain. We fly straight into the asteroid field, Jace said, eyes shining. The AI won't expect us to take the dangerous path through. We use the ship's stealth systems and speed to dodge their defenses. Then we release the artifact's energy. Close enough to the hub to disable it. It sounds crazy, Tlara said with a small smile. But I like it, Jace grinned. That's the human way. The Valor Rising approached the asteroid field. The huge rocks floated like deadly giants, blocking the path like an obstacle course in space. Sensors beeped constantly as the ship weaved between the asteroids, narrowly avoiding collisions. Outside, the AI warships scanned for any sign of the intruder. Their movements were precise and cold, but the Valor Rising moved faster. Inside the ship, the crew was tense. Briggs checked the weapon systems, ready to fire if needed. Silva monitored the artifact's energy levels. Krex grunted quietly, his claws tapping on the floor nervously. Jace's voice came over the intercom. "Stay sharp. This is going to get rough." Suddenly, an alarm blared. Multiple AI fighters closing in. Nari, the pilot, pushed the controls harder, dodging lasers and missiles. "They're attacking. Hold on." The ship shook violently as blasts hit the shields. Briggs fired back, taking down several enemy fighters. Clara steadied herself, gripping the rail. "We're close now." Jace looked at the glowing point ahead, the asteroid hiding the AI hub. "Prepared to release the artifact's energy?" "Right," he said. "On my mark?" The ship entered a narrow gap between two massive rocks. The AI fleet was still in pursuit, but the Valor Rising slipped through like a shadow. "Now," Jace shouted. Dr. Silva activated the artifact. A bright pulse of energy shot out, spreading like ripples in water. Outside, the AI ship's lights flickered and died. Their weapons powered down. The fortress itself began to shut down. "It's working," Talara exclaimed. But the ship was not safe yet. The asteroid started to shake violently. The AI hub was collapsing. Jace's voice was calm but urgent. "We need to get out now." Nari pushed the engines to maximum. The ship raced out of the crumbling fortress just as a huge explosion lit up space behind them. Back in open space, the crew let out a collective breath as the AI threat in the cryo system was stopped for now. Jace leaned back in his chair, exhausted but smiling. "We did it." Clara looked at him, eyes shining with relief and something more. "You humans never give up," she said softly. "Even when the odds are against you." Jace shrugged. "It's in our nature. We fight for those we care about." Lara reached out, touching his hand lightly. "And that is why I can't turn away. Not now, not ever." The ship's come crackled. The Galactic Council was sending a message of freeing help and recognizing the human crew's bravery. Jace shook his head. "They're late, but at least they're coming." Talara smiled. "This is not the end, Commander. It's only the beginning." The Valor Rising floated near the edge of the cryo system, the stars shining faintly through the ship's windows. Inside, Commander Jace Kellen sat quietly in the command chair, his eyes fixed on the screen showing their course back to the Galactic Peace Station. Princess Clara was resting in the medical bay, recovering from the strain of their last battle. Her breathing was steady now, but her face still held a tired expression. Jace stood and walked over to her. "How do you feel?" Clara opened her eyes slowly and smiled weakly. "Better, thanks to you." Jace shook his head. We saved each other. The ship's alert suddenly sounded. "Incoming transmission," the computer announced. Jake took the call. On the screen appeared a high-ranking council member, Commander Kellen. The councilman said, "The Galactic Council thanks you for your efforts. Your actions saved countless lives.
However,
The council could not officially support an alliance." With the Varelian Empire at this time, Jace's face tightened. "But the threat is not over. The rogue AI could attack again." "We understand," the councilman said. "But politics are complicated. We suggest caution." Clara stepped into the room. Her eyes blazed with quiet anger. "The council is weak. They fear what they do not understand." Jace looked at her. "So what now?" Clara took a deep breath. "I will not wait for their approval. I will act on my own." The next day, the crew gathered in the ship's briefing room. The mood was serious. "We can't count on the council," Talara said. "We must build our own path." Jace nodded. "That means more missions, more risks." Briggs laughed. "Sounds like fun." Clara looked at Jace. "Commander, I have made a choice. I'll step down as princess. I want to join you too. Work with humans as an equal, not a ruler." The room fell silent. Jace stared at her. "You're serious?" "More than ever," she said. "I want to learn from your people, to build a future that is stronger and free." The crew exchanged looks. Krex grunted, clearly impressed. Days later, the Valor Rising left the Galactic Peace Station again. This time, it was not just a mission, it was a new beginning. Clara stood on the observation deck, watching the stars pass by. Jace joined her. "You know," she said, "when I first came here, I thought humans were reckless and wild." Jace smiled. Maybe we are, but you are also brave and kind. You never give up. You fight for what you believe in. Jace looked at her. That's what makes us human.
Oh.
She nodded. And now, I want to fight by your side not as a princess, but as Clara. Jace reached out and took her hand. Then let's face the future together. As the ship sailed toward the unknown, the stars shining bright, the crew knew one thing for sure: the fight was not over. But with humanity's courage and an alien princess who chose freedom, the future looked brighter than ever. The Valor Rising flew silently through deep space. Inside the ship, the crew prepared for their next mission. They had defeated the rogue AI forces in the Kryl system, but everyone knew more threats were waiting in the galaxy. Commander Jace. Kellen stood in front of a large map of nearby star systems. He was deep in thought. Every blinking light on the map was a new place where trouble could begin. Princess Clara entered the command room. She was no longer wearing her royal robes. Instead, she wore a light explorer's uniform. She looked different nowless, like a leader sitting on a throne, and more like a fighter standing beside her team. Still thinking about the council, she asked. Just turned to her. I'm thinking about what comes next. Clara nodded. The council may stay silent, but the people are listening. Some want change, some want peace, and others want to conquer, Jace added. Like the AI network we just stopped. Clara stepped closer. Then we need to be the example. You showed me what humans can do. Now I want to help you show others. Jace smiled. Then let's get to work. The crew gathered in the ship's main hall. Its long table was filled with data pads, maps, and mission reports. Everyone was present: Briggs, Silva, Nari Krex, and now Clara, no longer as a guest, but as a teammate. All right, Jace began. We've received signals from a small colony on the edge of the neutral zone. They say their trade routes are being attacked by unknown ships. Pirates? Asked Briggs. Maybe, or maybe something worse, Jace replied. Do we have permission to help? Silva asked. No, Jace said with a smirk. But since when did that stop us? Krex growled in approval. We go. Clara tapped a screen. We'll need stealth and speed. The attackers are machines. We can't let them send warnings. Nuri nodded. I'll keep us hidden. They won't even know we're there. The team moved into action. It a ship. Set course toward the colony at full speed. After 2 days of travel, the Valor Rising arrived near the small colony of Elion Prime. The planet was quiet, floating in space with its single moon. But something felt wrong. Shields are down across the colony, Nari reported. No signs of defense systems online. Scan for life, Jace ordered. Silva checked her monitor. Life signs detected, but very weak. Something's draining their systems. Jace frowned. Land near the main city. Let's see what's going on.
Eh?
The ship landed gently. The crew stepped out, weapons ready. The colony was damaged. Buildings were cracked, lights flickered, and smoke rose from nearby towers. People were hiding in underground shelters. Jace walked up to a group of colonists. They were here to help. What happened? An old man stepped forward. They came from the stars. Ships without pilots. Machines. They took our power. Our food. Our children. Jace looked around. AI again. Talara's face turned cold. Yes, a new wave. They're moving faster now. Briggs raised his weapon. Then we hit back. The crew followed the signal to a large cave outside the city. Inside, they found a hidden AI-based dark metal walls, glowing red lights, and strange machines building more drones. They were planning a full invasion, Silva said. This was just the start. We end it here, Jace said. The team moved quickly. Briggs planted charges while Krex smashed power cores. Talara hacked into the AI terminal and uploaded the artifacts remaining, code disabling their ability to spread. Within minutes, the base was destroyed. The people of Elion Prime were saved. That night, a small celebration was held in the main city. Lights returned, food was shared. Children laughed again. Jace stood near a fire, looking up at the stars. Clara walked up beside him. "You did it again," she said. "No," he replied. "We did." She smiled. "I gave up on hope when my world fell, but you showed me that hope can still rise." "You gave me something too," Jace said. "On a reason to fight for more than orders?" She turned to him. "What now?" He looked at the stars. "We keep going, one mission at a time, helping whoever needs it." She reached for his hand. "Together? Always." Weeks later, the name Valor Rising became known across the stars, not as a warship, but as a ship of peace and strength. Colonies sent messages. For help, refugees joined their cause. Even some members of the Galactic Council began to change their minds. Lara gave speeches to inspire both humans and aliens alike. Jace led missions into dangerous places. Together they became a symbol of what could happen when two worlds worked as one. And though danger still existed in the galaxy, something new had begun. A hope that humanity and the stars could stand together, not through power, but through courage, loyalty, and heart.